As the next series of the day begins, we'll find DauT on the right hand side playing the blue color with the Gujaras, and Valas playing on the left hand side towards the south with the Hindustanis. And what to expect over here? Well, DauT Civilization will have him spawn with 2 berry bushes underneath the TC. In addition to standard berry bushes, right, that civilizations begin with, or the players begin with rather, normally. And that is due to the fact that they can, and will, garrison their herdables inside the mill. Besides that, we'll see for Gujaras also 20, 30, and 40% higher bonus damage from mounted units against enemy units. And then for the team bonus, I'll finally have 25% faster training elephant and camel type units, right? Valas, on the other hand, playing with the Hindustanis, is going to have instead 10, 15, 20, 25% cheaper villagers in the Dark Field Castle and Imperial Ages. 25% faster attacking camels. We're gonna see also for them +1/+1 armor on gunpowder units, and for the team bonus, Hindustanis will get 2 bonus damage from camel units, Lycara units, and Hussar units against buildings. Going on to map generation next. What to expect? Well, see the DauT, he's got the main gold in the back. He's got secondary gold in the back as well. Wow, that's beautiful. And because of how close he is to the corner of the map, actually, you know what? Let me go a little bit lower over here, right? And let's just move this up. All right, so he's got the main goal and the secondary goal in the back. This is huge for DauT. He's so close to the corner of the map, going for some walls like here, and here. I mean, come on, how cheap is this? And he gets 1, 2 golds. He gets the stone on the back as well, secondary one, and almost a full wool line guaranteed. This is just too good of a base for DauT. The main stone is going to be 4 for him, and the secondary gold that we haven't seen yet is also going to be super 4 for DauT, but this is not bad at all. Well, if we take a look at the map generation for Valas, on the other hand, we'll see that he's got instead Mingle on the right hand side. It's got the secondary golds on the right hand side as well, and one towards the southeast. All of these super exposed, not a good map generation for Valas whatsoever. While for stone on the other hand, we do have the main stone on the back, we do have the secondary stone technically on the back. If you were to go for some walls like this, and potentially connect this to here and here, or potentially go for something greedier like this, he will be able to secure a stone, but no golds. 2 stones actually, and berries over here, but no golds, right? These golds, all of these super exposed, and no safe wood lines either. Yeah, this is not the best map generation I have seen for Valas in a while in DauT. DauT, on the other hand, is in a fantastic spot, of course. Hey, Wonder Boy, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Beautiful. He's just on the way now for Valas. DauT. DauT's going after the fuel H. Valas going to be the first player to try and put some pressure, and he kind of has to, right? The map generation he's got right now grants for aggressive gameplay. He's trying to keep the focus of the game around DauT's base, as opposed to his base himself and DauT. Well, DauT is... he's gonna be happy just playing defensive over here. Let me take a look at the scouting information to see if DauT even knows how good this map is. Yeah, he's got a pretty clear idea. He's been pushing deer. I think he's pushed all the huntables. No, he's just pushed 2, but that's still good. And down the south over here, it's going to take a very small palisade, right, for him to secure the back as well. So he's got to go for it right now. He's going for a barracks. Interesting to see him go for this, though. I thought He was gonna try and connect the walls to the TC, but he seems to be a little bit greedier than that. He seems to want to wall around the wood lines. Well, not around the wood lines, but he wants to wall around the TC, connecting the wood lines around the TC. This map is so much nicer looking, but behind base is looking very bare. Yeah, it is the case indeed. All right, so yeah, he needed to go for the quick walls, DauT that is, because of the way that he had the wall over here, right? In the end, it's going to be enough for him to take one of the militias down and kind of tears apart Valas' push right now with only one militia and a half HP and one scout only. Valas isn't able to do much of anything. Yeah, it's just kind of wasted resource now for Valas for the most part. Let's get into the foliage and we see the archer range on the way for Valas. He is collecting from the forward gold. And DauT on the other hand, he's playing with the Gujaras. He's going for the stable and we're gonna see scouts come out. And of course, it's going to be just for a potential transition in the future into like Shivamsha riders or camels or whatever. So going for cavalry right now definitely does make sense for DauT, and it's finally going for the walls finally down the south. And this is not the wall that I would have preferred for him to go for, mainly because it's not going to guarantee the gold, the stone over here, sorry, and it's not really going to protect the wood either. So Valas going for archers could very well end up pushing DauT away from all the wood lines, right? All these are exposed. Mr. DauT. The walls that I was expecting to see from Valas, he's going for right now. Can we see the map? Save draft anywhere? Yes. You can do hashtag draft and you will get the draft information for the series. Or maybe not. It's not working apparently. No. It's gotta be hashtag because it's by the spectator dashboard bot. Does it seem to be working? Maybe hashtag match? No, it's hashtag. Exclamation mark. It has to be updated manually. Wow! The bot's not working at all. Well, I can share the information with you manually. Give me a second. Imagine trying to rely on technology. Alright, there we go. In all honesty though, all hail happily is the creator of the spectator dashboard. It might not be working right now, but definitely you have to give him credit. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Baila. Appreciate it. Now the exclamation mark draft command is going to be updated for the next half an hour and then outdated for the next 2 months. Good defense for DauT. He's pushing Valas away. So far, nothing the red player's thrown at DauT has stuck. Meanwhile, DauT's coming in with a scout. Scout push. He knows the gold miners are completely safe, at the very least, against scouts only. So DauT's going to start making a play for range units himself. He's got skirmishers out. He's got archers on the way. And the scouts, they're going to keep on roaming around, see if they can find any damage whatsoever. DauT sees the spearman, so he's going to walk past it. Up in the north. He's going to realize about the lumberjacks over here, but he cannot really do anything. The spearmen are over there already in Valas. Yeah. Valas is chasing DauT away, and DauT's unit control is very good, mind you. He's not taking any free hits over here so far. Fantastic on the right hand side. DauT goes back home, and Valas will completely wall himself up. No safe wood lines for the red player, no safe wood lines for the blue player. DauT scouts are not really much of a threat to Valas' economy anymore, and the players are going out to the castle age, already making the transition to it. DauT's got a head start to it. How much? About 31 seconds. I remember Happy's did say that wreck detection was having issues, but I think that was like yesterday or 2 days ago. Maybe he hasn't gotten around to fixing it yet. Is this really DauT? Yes, very much so. These are recorded games, mind you, so if you see DauT playing live something else, obviously that's not going to be an impediment for DauT being in this game as well, right? Oh, and here he comes! He's got the skirmishers, the archers, but that is a crap ton of archers from Valas though, and that's gotta respect it. He's got the heal advantage. Mind you, only 2 skirmishers though, so yeah, he definitely needs to respect the archers from Valas. Although, to be fair, the red player actually haven't gotten fletching yet, it's only getting it now. A little bit later than usual, but still fine. Up in the north, second TC is coming out for DauT. Meanwhile, Valas gets to the castle age and should be going for the second TC himself. He's got a few nice spots to go for TCs, potentially one over here. Or over here, right in between the stones and the wood lines. That's not going to do anything to protect the golds though, that's the problem. So instead we see extra farms coming out for Valas, and yeah, he needs to push DauT away from here, because the moment DauT pushes Valas away from the only gold the red players got access to, well, the Finnish man gets kind of screwed. And the map generation is certainly coming to bite Valas in the butt. There we are. DauT's coming in once again. Valas has added some camels into the mix. Remember, the Hindustanis, they get 25% faster attacking camels. The Gujaras, they get 20%. 30% and 40% higher bonus damage from mounted units in the Field Castle and Imperial Ages, but it's just the bonus damage part, the bonus damage portion of the attack, so yeah, definitely the Hindustanis are going to be the stronger ones when it comes to camel fights. There you are. Beautiful. The defense from Valas seems to be good enough against DauT's push. It does come at a price though. He is spending a lot of resources into these units. He is taking a very long time to go for any extra TCs. Well, if you take a look at DauT's gone for the 2 additional TCs back home already, and he's coming over. He's gonna try to get the raids going. He's got some crossbows still. With the camels alone, Valas cannot defend. He needs the crossbows. He needs the scorpion over here on DauT. That's only going to be defending against most of the units on the left-hand side, right? Then on the right-hand side, he's got a second group of units. Yeah, still putting pressure, actually taking the scorpion down and going after the camels, taking some villagers down as well from Valas. Overall, DauT's still definitely in the commanding position in this game. Heavy plows coming out for DauT as well. Comes Valas. He'll be able to breach through for sure. DauT's going for the 4th TC right now. Oh my lord, and DauT! He's taking more villagers from Valas. Damn! On the left-hand side. Take a look at the worker count so far. We knew that DauT was going to get ahead simply by virtue of going for the extra TCs, while Valas haven't gone for any extra TCs up until very recently when he got the second one up, right? But this is an incredible lead. DauT's managed to get 30 to 31 extra workers compared to Valas. Signifies right now a 60% villager lead over Valas' villager count, and that's, you know, 27 minutes into the game is nothing short of incredible, given the fact that DauT is not only ahead in worker count, but he's got the most military units, he's got the highest army value as well. So he spent the most gold on his army, he has gotten the most villagers out, and this is just unbelievable. And you would probably be expecting Valas to be the one to get in a position like this because of the Hindustanis, right? But DauT's done such a good job. Such a great job. It's got the conversions coming up. Doesn't manage to connect the conversions. Still should be able, because of the defender's advantage, to come out on top over here. Just gotta be careful though. Yeah, and that is without taking into account the second wave of units he's sending over to Valas now. And Valas is aware of this and he's like, nope, not again. Not gonna happen. The 5th time I've learned not to stay by the goal with the crosses coming forward, right? Yeah, and that's taking a little bit longer to get the camels down, but he will get those. Huge field lead and no signs of Valas perhaps going fast imp or having a strong castle age push or anything like that. Yeah, indeed. He was looking absolutely incredible for DauT. Extra stables on the way. That's going for bloodlines, and it seems like he's gonna start ramping up his aggression. He's been the one to put the most pressure for the most part so far, and he's gonna try to, yeah, he's gonna try to take it to the next level now. Valas is going for Gulam. He's gotten the castle up, right? So crossbows alone are not going to cut it anymore in DauT. Well, DauT was already making a transition away from it. If you take a look at his queue, he's just going for camels and no crosses anymore. He's got monks on the way. He knows about the Gulam. He should know about the castle. He does. Oh, DauT splits into the shot. Wouldn't be DauT otherwise, right? But yeah, in the end, even if the crosses get cleaned up over there, that's no longer DauT's main focus over here. Is just going to be the Imperial Age very soon for DauT. The Valas is gonna have to worry about. Potential for camels, of course, for Shrivamsha riders. He's going for them. Castle on the way for DauT as well. Trebuchets, obviously. I'll be on the way for DauT once he gets to the Imperial Age. Wait a moment, what happened? He had the resources to go up to the Imperial Age. He started queuing villagers and Shrivamsha riders like a maniac. Now he's got way too much gold and not enough food. Okay, this is probably delaying DauT a minute to the Imperial Age or so, but he will still have a significant lead to it compared to Valas. I think he was probably respecting Valas' potential for damage with the Gulam, and he tried to go for the, you know, for the defense before he went up to the Imperial Age. There's not something that I am against from our spectating position, we knew that Valas wasn't really going to threat DauT anytime soon, and DauT could probably have just gone up to the Imperial Age right away, but in reality, right, from DauT's point of view, he only knew about the golems that he had vision of, so he maybe was expecting to get raided at some point. He decided to prioritize defenses before going out to the Imperial Age. In any case, it's a very cautious and, you know, conservative play that will allow DauT, in the case, to survive or heal while he goes out to the Imperial Age very nicely, and he's taking some villages down already. The Shrivancha Riders are going after the crossbows. Yes, sir. They're going after the Golem as well, and the villagers from Valas, they're still moving on. He's gonna try and get the castle out, but that is a lot of units still left for DauT over here. As a matter of fact, between the Shrivancha Riders and the camels, DauT actually finds himself 15 military units around here, while we don't have anywhere near as many Golem, I think, for Mr. Valas, right? He's got 11. Yeah, and these are going down. So that castle is getting the knife for sure, and DauT smiles upon Valas's destiny. So red player walks towards it. DauT gets game number 1. Yeah. And game number 2 is going to take place on Valas' home. We'll take a look at what that is in a moment, of course, but for the time being, let's just go through the achievements, and as usual, we'll do as we do. Alright, just get the commercial out of the way and go through the achievements before hopefully jumping into game number 2. So, we have a better KD for DauT, and it's going to be about 11 to 10. We have for economy, a stronger economy for DauT as well, collecting about 10,000 extra resources. Society is going to be higher for DauT as well. In the end, he does end up collecting about 50 extra resources, while for APM, we'll see that DauT was a little bit slower than Valas, did not make much of a difference. We saw this in the previous series as well. Speed is just going to get you that far, right? Game number 2 is here. Welcome everyone. DauT is playing with the Portuguese. Valas is playing with the Bohemians. What does that mean for us? Well, DauT. DauT's gonna have, with the Portuguese, 30% faster research and upgrades. It's gonna get a 20% gold discount on units. In addition to 25% wood income from berries. While Valas' civilization, on the other hand, is gonna have instead free mining camp upgrades. He's gonna get fervor and sanctity affecting villagers, in addition to monks. We also have for the Bohemians 25% higher bonus damage from spearline units against enemy units, and on top of that, we'll see for the red player civilization a 100 wood discount on universities and blacksmiths, in addition to access to chemistry and hand cannoneer in the castle age. The team bonus finally makes for Bohemians to have the markets work 80% faster. There's a very weird wording, but sometimes you just gotta adapt to the way you start to say in the sentence. In any case, we're gonna take a look at the map generation next. And yeah, you're already on to some very interesting points, Wonder Boy. Hey B. By the way, I don't know if I said hi to you. Welcome. So, for the map generation, starting with DauT, he's got, yes, 3 minerals on the back already, right? So the blue player's got the main goal on the back. He's got the secondary goal on the back as well. Very far away, all these resources, very far away from the walls, right? And he's got the stone over there. While if we take a look at the remaining resources, the secondary goal is going to be outside. The secondary stone is going to be outside. This is something that you're expecting to see on this arena variant. But he doesn't really have any minerals forward exposed in a way that Valas would be able to deny inside resources with a 4 fortification, right? Technically, the berries are kind of forward, but by the time anybody would ever realistically be able to go for a 4 castle, the berries have 1 been consumed already, so it's whatever. Taking a look at Valas' map generation on the other hand, we'll see that the red player, he's got the main goal on the back. Yes, that's good. He's got the secondary goal on the back as well, that's great too. But the main stone is forward, and this is not that good. As we often say, if it were the case that DauT would scout, right, alongside the walls like this, the scout, he would get vision of this. And he's playing Portuguese. We know what to expect over here. It's going to be a fast castle organ play, right? Castle drop organ play work. Or attempt from DauT's going to try and make work. And if he does have the possibility, assuming that Valas goes up to the castle edge with a blacksmith in the market instead of going up to the castle edge with a stable and get scouts out, right? If he does not get some map control, then DauT's gonna be the one to go for a forward castle at some point. And if he gets vision of the stone over there, he could place the castle in such a way that it's going to deny all the resources at once. So he could place a castle over here, and that's going to deny the stone behind the castle. It's going to deny this stone over here. And it's going to deny also the gold over here. Additionally, he could go for maybe the castle over here behind this, the goal, which is still going to be close enough to this stone to deny it. And it just seems to be a little bit better map generation for DauT because of it. I can't tell if they have an equal amount of space, but visually it looks like DauT has a lot more. I would say they probably have the same amount of space. We only tried to do this one time. I guess we can try and do it once again. Yeah, we can actually do it. Let me take a look. Let's play the measuring game, starting with the bull player. You're gonna have to forgive my awful pulse. But yeah. It's kind of like what DauT's cat, right? It's not 100% scientific, mainly because sometimes the distance varies. If a base is like taller than it is wider, it's going to be harder to compare it with a wider base because of the isometric view. But given the tools that we had to work with, I would say that the bases are actually, it seems to be a little bit bigger for Valas. This trace that I've traced over here is 1942 pixels long. This trace over here from DauT is 1557 pixels long. So interestingly enough, it seems like it's actually Valas, the one with the roomier base. PLH is coming up. The players are going out to the castle edge very soon. One thing we did not take a look at yet, and we can do that very quickly, is just the relic generation, right? We have two relics which are neutral, are contested. We have one relic which is closer to DauT's base. We have one relic which is closer to Valas' base. And then we have another relic that is technically closer to DauT's base, but I would go actually as far as to say as this is neutral actually because of how far away it is. It's very impractical for him to just go and collect it easily, right? And Valas definitely will have plenty of time between DauT's monks moving over and back from the relic to potentially snipe the units. I guess Valas got a tiny map lane here. Just how deceiving relying on eyesight is too. Yeah. You know, that is interesting because if you had asked me whose base I thought was larger, I would have said I think they're probably about the same. But when you said it seems to me like DauT's base is larger, then I said, you know what? Yeah, it kind of looks like it. So I already got primed into thinking DauT's base was actually larger when indeed it was the case that Valas's was. Well, according to the tools that we have to work with, once again, it's not scientific, right? But I think it's probably close to the actual numbers. In any case, it's just going to result in enough space for 4 extra farms. Or so, I think. Definitely not game winning, right? Castle Edge will be here very soon for the guys. And DauT went up with a market in the blacksmith. He has not been collecting stone though, so interestingly enough, doesn't seem like he's gonna make a play for organ guns at all. Well, against Bohemians, you cannot play just for economy and try to make a play for the late game. So I don't know what DauT's plan is over here. It seems like it's going to be the case. He's got the wood and the stone to go for 2 additional TCs. And very soon he's going to have enough wood actually to go for 2 extra TCs and the monastery. While Valas, on the other hand, Valas going to go for the monastery. He's going to go for 1 extra TC. He's not going for a stable himself either. So right now, no one's got map control. I think they're equal. Look at Valas's base. It has 2 smaller extensions on each side, if you can call them that. Right. Yeah, well, limitations. Let's pay for 4 extra farms is like 2 Factorias can change the match. 2 monasteries for Valas. Wow, no extra TC whatsoever. DauT, on the other hand, he's got the extra TC coming up. Was starting to make a transition to farms, and he did go for double monasteries himself as well. So it's not going to be the extra TCs in the 1 monastery. It's going to be the extra monasteries in the 1 TC. Valas doesn't have the resources to go for the extra TCs just yet. This is very interesting to take a look at for sure. Valas is going already for atonement. Yeah. First thing, right? In DauT, that's going for sanctity. Let me take a look at the stats from Valas. Valas is not going to sanctity yet. We'll see a conversion coming up. DauT's going to go for atonement as well. He's going to collect the first relic. He's going after the next one as well, trying to get the conversion. We're going to see the conversion trying to come up also for Valas. Trying to target DauT Scout, but now the monk's going to get targeted. DauT realizes way too late. Way too late. Had to lead the monk, was forced into it. And it's a tough question, but when will we see you play? Well, you're going to see me play on YouTube for sure, hopefully, during February. But on stream, I don't really know if I'm gonna be playing on stream. I was thinking about this actually, this very thing the other day. Atonement's coming up now, by the way, for DauT, but he's not realizing. Okay, he realizes just then. Manages to delete the monk before it gets converted, but yeah, it's going to be 1-for-1 relic. So I was thinking about this very thing the other day, and I thought maybe, you know, because right now I have some time kind of assigned to practice Age of Empires during my routine, and it's very hard for me to keep up with all the things that I have in my routine. So I thought maybe if I just play a little bit during the stream, that kind of knocks 2 birds with 1 stone, right? But the reality is, the streams haven't really been frequent enough and long enough that it doesn't make a difference, right? But after TTL is done, if we have at some point, let's say a very short stream, then we could potentially sneak a few games in there to also knock 2 birds with 1 stone, right? Have some more stream time and also get some extra games in. But yeah, it's not the highest priority. I prioritize casting, right? And it is what everybody expects to see in the channel as well. I like to keep it that way for the most part. So it's not the highest priority. If we do get time at some point to get some games in, and I am not choking for time elsewhere, then yeah, sure, we can sneak a few games live. Otherwise, it's probably going to be on YouTube. So short answer, very soon. Long answer, very soon on YouTube. Perhaps not very frequently on stream. Do you plan on making merch? Coffee mugs, for example? Yes, I do plan on making merch, actually. I do have already some design ideas, but I have a very long to-do list of stuff. Merch is going to be inside the list as well, but there are so many things that are a little bit high priority right now. For Siege Workshop's already up for Valas. Never custom, never branded toilets. 3D printed toilets, maybe. The toilet and versions are coming up. It seems to be going in favor of DauT, actually. Well, he is getting away with some of these, right? But he does end up also losing one of the monks to the conversions himself. Right now, the work count significantly higher for DauT. He's the only player who's gone for the extra TCs. gotta be careful. Yeah, that's trying to get the conversion himself, and yeah, the monk over there gets deleted before he can get converted over to Valas' side. So what is the thing over here? We see a 1-for-1, right? And now they're gonna try to trade. Oh, and that was actually better for DauT. He ends up deleting the monk before he gets converted. Meanwhile, Valas did not do the same, and now DauT was able to get 1 extra monk over here. So how many monks do we have currently? We have 12 for Valas. We have 7 for DauT. Valas does have a bunch of extra units available because of his much higher production potential. He's got 4 monasteries compared to DauT only 2, right? Oh, he does have 3 actually, DauT. But yeah, the problem over here was that because of the army count from Valas, every time the DauT went for extra monks over here, Valas could actually afford to target more than 1 monk at a time to get the conversions against DauT. Well, that was not the case the other way around. And now with the castle coming out, DauT's going to take some of the monks down for sure. Yes, sir. If he plays his cards right over here, should be able to get a bunch of extra monks as well. This one is within range of the castle still. 2 are. Yeah, there we go. That was close. Still, we have 14 monks for Valas. He's going out to the Imperial Age. 13 of these are forward. DauT's got only, what is it? 7 total. He's got 5 of these next to the castle. And should be on his way to the Imperial Age very soon, but Valas got them beat to the punch by a lot. I really like the Valas has gone on the offensive. I wouldn't have expected that with Bohemians. Yeah. I thought it was going to be just a playful economy for Valas, and I was kind of surprised that was going to try to go for the same because Valas should be in a much better position in later stages of the game, right? But it's the upside down world over here with Valas going aggressive with Bohemians and DauT going for economy over here. What is this? Exactly the opposite of what I would have predicted. Redemption's coming in for Valas as well, and DauT's finally on his way to the Imperial Age, but Valas got a significant head start to it. Here you go. That's about to breach through. Not to say that this was close in the first place. That was already open. Guys are just making use of the ramps right now. Let's get into the Imperial Age. So we see block printing coming up. DauT got the crossman upgrade on the way. Here we go. Trebuchet coming out for Valas as well. Village is here for DauT. Second castle's on the way for Valas and DauT. That's going for the Trebuchet now. He's got chemistry on the way, so we'll see Bombard Cannon soon, but against Bohemians, he's gotta be careful. He knows what to expect from Valas, potentially. Valas does ever go for chemistry himself. Bombard Cannons, he's going to have the opportunity to go for who needs it right now. He's just going to prioritize the monk push. He's got 23 freaking monks. DauT, that's got 12 monks. He's trying to go for the archers, but right now he's there are a lot of pressure. And check this out. How many monks do we have? It's just incredible to see. As much as I like Valas going to the offensive, DauT's got an up comparable time. Has gone up at a comparable time to Valas and has such a huge eco lead. I wonder how long Valas can sustain this. If he's able to take the castle down from DauT, then Valas is in a much better position in my opinion. He can just come in and pretty much ignore the TCs. That's going for Feiturias! He already has such a strong worker lead and he's going for Feiturias anyway. And yeah, that is the thing, monks actually do counter everything. So he's got redemption already, right? He's got block printing. We're gonna see the conversion game begin right now as we see all the monks from DauT getting targeted. He's gonna be forced back and now the castle crumbles. So this is what I was talking about. As the castle gets reduced to rubble to Valas' trebuchets, here comes the red player and he's not going to care about anything else, right? Trebuchets are getting converted. Yeah, sure, the TC is doing damage over there, taking the monks down, but the conversions are still going to be worth it though, even if he loses a few monks in the process. That is 1,200 resources down the drain from DauT, and here comes Valas with all the monks trying to get the conversions against the crossbows, and DauT's gonna try and get the monks down as much as possible, and we're gonna see in the end Valas is reduced down to 9 monks. That is over half the army from Valas going down, trying to get the trebuchets and trying to convert crossbows. He might have been a little bit too optimistic. Valas over here might have been a little bit too aggressive, right? With the monks, he's gonna be down to only 4 monks even, not even 5. And DauT's going for extra crossbows. He's got a good amount of monks himself. Actually, he's got more compared to Valas. And while the conversions were good, especially for the trebuchets, Valas ended up losing his pushing force. Seems to me like Valas overextended with the monks greatly. And now he's gonna have to fight with the trebuchets. My lord, we have 9 over here. Gee, you know, actually, Hassan Wallings over here are not the worst idea. If we can get a few of these in front of the monks, that's at the very least going to reduce the damage they take from the crosses, right? So that could potentially make the conversions more likely, but he doesn't have too many units right now. Damn. Mature chase, you don't see that every day. Yeah, indeed. Now DauT's got into bombard cannons, and it seems like he should be able to push back. He's got an arbalister as well. Where's everything for a massive housing crisis? Let's see. See more conversions coming up, and that is a sight to behold. Take a look at that. All the conversions coming in, but the arbalists are there, and they are taking on the monks. We have ballistics already for DauT, so it's not going to be a particularly tough, task for the arbalists to get the monks down. Plus, DauT actually does have more monks compared to Valas, and what a beautiful game over here that we get to witness. Fantastic. My lord. If we had Warwolf for the Bohemians, somehow Valas would be in such a good spot with the trebuchets. He's been able to get so many arbalists down. Imagine with Warwolf, that army would have gotten flattened already a while ago. Yeah, it's lovely. What is this clannery that we are seeing? Conversions? Trebuchet fights? Taking units down? What the heck? Gee. My lord, this is just... What an entertaining game though, in any case. DauT is definitely still kind of cornered, but he's definitely still on the lead, right? He's taking the monks down, and Valas is gonna continue trying to go for more monks, but you know, on paper, DauT shouldn't really struggle too much. Over here, it's going to take the trebuchets down. Yeah, and the blast radius from the bombard cannons allows him to two-shot these guys as well. Up in the north, Gus comes out from DauT. He's going to secure the gold, he's going to secure the stone. And I don't think he's actually run out of his own resource back yet, right? He had all the gold in the back. He had all the stone in the back as well. Yeah, it's fine. He still has some gold left. He still has some stone left. He can push Valas away from here as well. It's going to bring DauT right back into the game. And once again, it's so weird, right, to see Portuguese playing for economy, playing defensive against the Bohemians in arena. Nice conversion. But yeah, at the same time, DauT's no stranger to the ways of the arena. He's no stranger to the way of the circus, and the fact that Valas decided to go for arena as a home map against DauT didn't seem like the best choice to me, honestly, and DauT is showing that he's not afraid of this. very much the opposite. He's going to embrace it. Insane level of play from DauT to survive the push. Yeah, I honestly thought as soon as the castle went down from DauT over here, the Valas was going to dominate, but he overextended a little bit. He was too optimistic and ended up paying the price, right? Hard to believe the TC on its own right got enough damage done for DauT to survive a little bit longer and enough to sustain the defense and to start pushing back, right? Yeah. Hundreds of resources down the drain for Valas every time that he loses a monk. It's going to be so many losses. Mind you, if DauT cannot guarantee or if he cannot secure one of these golds, like the secondary gold over here is being taken by Valas, right? If DauT cannot get the neutral gold over here, and it seems like he won't, Valas got the castle up, which doesn't guarantee the gold for Valas, but prevents DauT from collecting it. Very soon, DauT's going to be completely out of gold. How much does he have left? He's got one tile worth 96 gold. It's rough. DauT's got a little bit of steam left. But if he cannot get access to this, Valas might actually end up coming at the top. Well, there is a Feitoria, right? But he's got just the one. He will need to go for extra Feitorias. He's got 2 relics only compared to 3 from Valas too. Yeah, that sounds about right, Luca. And welcome, Mirka Man, sorry. Back. We have capped rounds on the way for DauT. Bar cannons will defend the castle for the time being for Valas, but they have the bombard cannons from DauT as well. And Valas seems to struggle though to target the bombard cannons from DauT. So it seems like the bull player might end up taking the castle down. Valas is not targeting the bombard cannons himself. Oh, but he did get the conversion though. Still, DauT seems like he is going to be the one to take the castle down over here. Not the one that he probably needed to take down, given that he still does not get access to gold over here, but still, it's going to be the first step towards coming back into this game, of course, while Valas is spending a lot of resources, still has a very constrained economy to work with, spending a lot of resources trying to keep the castle up. This counts at a price, right? He's gonna go for everything. DauT, he's going for extra bombard cannons, and yeah, he doesn't have any gold mines anymore. He's just relying on the Feitoria. You know, Valas has also been spending copious amounts of gold. How much gold do we have left in the map? Full stop. Okay, 7,000. Yeah, that's a good amount. Valas can go for 70 extra monks. DauT can't hold on over here. How many has he gone for so far? It'd be great if we could have that metric available, right? On the map at every time. At any point in time, you can just see how many he's gone for already, but I would dare saying Valas has probably gone for over 35, probably close to like 40 monks up until this point. DauT's been able to survive, so maybe, who knows, right? If he's able to survive a little bit longer, might be able to start Valas for gold. Yeah, at the end, we are going to see the amount of monks total the Valas has gone for, but it'll be nice to see how many he has gone for up until now, so that we can extrapolate, right? Because we know that he can go for up to 70 extra monks, assuming that he does end up collecting all the remaining gold in the map. So we could say something like, okay, he's gone already for 90 monks, so to say. I don't think that was the case, but he's gone for 90 monks. DauT's gotta survive for a little bit shorter than he's been able to survive up until this point, right? But if Valas had gone for only 35 monks, then that would actually have to survive for twice as long, assuming that the push was coming in at the same rate, the monk creation was coming in at the same rate for Valas, right? Oh, the shots though! Damn! Son! There's a lot of skirmishes going down to the bombard cannons. DauT. Let's get the castle up. He's got stone coming in. He's selling wood. He's got the church is still up. He's gonna go forward, and Valas is just using the monks to zone the bombard cannons away from that. Unbelievable. You know, technically, the bombard cannons could outrange Valas if DauT went for siege engineers. But he doesn't have it, so right now the monks, they do have the same range as the bombard cannon from Valas, and the bombard cannons from DauT, sorry, and as such, Valas is able to... Oh, the shot though! But yeah, as such, man, Valas is able to take BBC after BBC. The conversions are connected, and he's going to go for one more, and DauT's going to lose this one too. Oh my lord. Nietzsche's coming up now for Valas as well, but interestingly enough, DauT is disrespecting the monks in the bombard cannons. He's just coming straight into the castle. He's fed up. He's had it with this push from Valas, and he's just going to try and make the skirmisher play work over here. It's got no extra gold units coming out except for the one trebuchet. Valas, well, Valas is left with only 7 monks. You know what? The skirmisher play over here, the all-in skirm play from DauT might actually work out. But the shots from Valas are fantastic. And now that he's got Hubnita, it's going to be significantly harder for DauT to make this work. I mean, take a look at that. Come on. It's just so much damage. So much extra damage compared to the bombard cannons. Incredible. Yeah, I don't think it's GG yet, but the game's been kind of stagnant for the last 20 minutes. And it's unfortunately DauT the one on the back foot, right? Valas has been unable to seal the deal, yes. But DauT has also been unable to break out of here. He's going for redemption himself, so he's gonna try and get the Hubnita. He's got only 1 monk though. Let's see if Valas is paying attention. He should be. He is. DauT is also paying attention. Valas will still end up taking the castle down though. There we go. Well done. Now DauT, he's got nothing. He's just now getting redemption. Yes. Probably would have been a lot better when he was on like 12 monks still, right? A couple of minutes ago. And I also thought that he already had redemption, but let's see if he can make it work, right? Like cavalry now for DauT too. Well, this is good. This is going to counter both the Hubnita and the monks. Oh, the massacre once again. Dude, what is going on? DauT is just walking on a straight line, making it so easy for Valas to get the shots. And take a look at this. So many freaking skirmishers. Shedding blood. Let's get the pikemen coming in. We'll see, we'll see. Let's get a stronger economy still. Fervor on the way for DauT. He's gonna try and get the Hubnita, and he gets one. Goes down immediately to the castle. But 1 Hubnita for 1 monk, that's worth it for DauT, especially as he's kind of getting the gold for free, right? He's gonna get another one. He's gonna try. Oh, let's see. He cannot get any extra conversions. Well done, Valas. He's kind of zoning DauT once again. Cares about a stronger economy when you're putting it into skirmishes that get insta-flattened. Yeah, it's obviously not ideal for DauT right now. But in the future, when Valas eventually does end up running out of gold himself and he's unable to go for the Hubnita, that's going to make a difference for DauT. But of course, in the same way that who cares about the stronger economy when you're unable to do anything with it, Valas has not really been able to seal the deal, right? He's not been able to close it against DauT. He's been able to push any further. So if DauT can keep on surviving over here, if the game stays in this kind of stagnant situation where DauT loses a crap ton of units, but he's able to afford them. Eventually, there's going to come the time where Valas won't be able to go for the units he's been making use of so far. So it really depends on how much longer DauT can last, and it doesn't seem like it should be much longer, right? Valas has done a really good job microing the Hubnits over here, keeping them beyond the range of the monks. DauT, that's going for the light cavalry. We don't have a crap ton of pikemen, mind you, so this could be really good. About 20 light cavalry right now for DauT. It's a 200 population. Can I go for 2 much more? It's about time for DauT to make a play for it. He doesn't really have too much extra population space. Yeah, the skirmisher army gets flattened right away. But where are the light cavalry? DauT! DauT is waiting. What is he waiting for? He's going for chain barded armor. He's going for husbandry. He's waiting for the upgrades. This might just be a deadly wait. Keeps on losing ground to Valas, albeit very slowly. We'll see if the patience from DauT pays off. I'll be honest, if I were in DauT's position, I would already have sent the light cavalry forward. But he's being patient enough to go for chain barded armor. He's not going to be patient enough to wait for blade barded armor, but here he comes. Or does he? He's just not going to go for it anymore. My lord, he's waiting for it! The patience of this man is incredible. I don't know how he does it. I probably would already have thrown these guys before even the light cavalry upgrade. I probably would have thrown these as scout cavalry without even scale barded armor, but he's waiting for +3, +4. Unfortunately though, by showing his hand, he's going to give Valas a very clear idea of what he should be going into, and Valas is going to start going for pikemen very heavily. That is the problem, that he showed them, yes. So the cat's out of the bag, and now Valas is gone for halberdier. What can DauT realistically do? Well, he does take one castle down as Valas is out of position. DauT's gonna be coming out right now. Taking the gold miners away, one castle could still crumble from Valas, and you know what? DauT, for the first time in about half an hour, is gonna be pushing out of his base as opposed to getting cornered further and further. So he's got the light cavalry roaming around, getting the raids going. The walls are still closed from Valas, so the bulk of his economy inside the walls are still safe. But here comes DauT. He's going after the castle. He's got the light cavalry over here, threatening the monks, threatening the Hubnita as well. It seems to me like he's going to end up taking the engagement, and he's going to commit to it. We'll see a lot of the Hubnita going down, and we'll see the castle taking a lot of damage. The skirmishers taking the villagers down. We're trying to repair the castle, and how many Hubnita do we have left? Valas got 6. Still a significant amount of units. DauT, that's gotta be careful as the Hubnita are coming over. The bombard cannons could very well go down. But my lord, the castle is getting to very low HP. DauT's patience. DauT's patience allowed him to push out of his base for the first time in a while, but did come at a price. By showing the scouts earlier, he gave Valas the head start he needed to go for halberdier, to get a much better engagement against the units DauT's been going for than otherwise he would have been able to, right? Had DauT kept his army a secret until he got all the upgrades he needed, and Valas was only on 5 pikemen, right? And now, the population's very close. Of course, DauT's population count is higher, but you gotta keep in mind the Fateria is there as well. Yeah, and Valas survives. He survives with a castle for the time being. Conversions on the way. They will need to still getting plenty of damage down. We do see a conversion though coming in from DauT, and Valas is going down to 4 Hubnita. And we talked about the remaining gold some time ago. It was 7,000 gold left the Valas could still collect. And how much gold do we have left right now for the red player to collect? It's gone down to 900, guys. DauT might finally be in a position to take advantage of a stronger economy. Unfortunately for him, his work account has actually gone lower than Valas. So by the time Valas finally is about to run out of resources, all of a sudden Valas' economy is going to be actually the stronger one. And DauT, well, he's got 2 Faterias, but he's behind by 20 workers. I would say that's probably comparable. Man, what a game. I would not have been able to predict this one was going to be like. in 1,000 years. The upside down world, well, the Bohemians will be the ones putting pressure, where the Portuguese will be the ones trying to play for economy, and yeah, the game goes this long. What an epic game. I think that's probably the most appropriate word to describe this. It was an epic game. No matter what happens, no matter who wins, who comes out on top, it has been quite a journey. It's been a roller coaster, and it's been an epic game for sure. It's all about the dodgeball. Well, DauT should be able to afford significantly more bombard cannons than Valas can be able to afford who needs it, right? There's only 400 gold left over here. Valas is going back, and he's got 3 relics versus 2, but then DauT's got the Fate areas, which do compensate for the missing relic and then some. So here comes DauT. He's got 2 bombard cannons left. He's got 1 bombard cannon left. Dodgeball was not too successful for DauT. But once again, he does have the economy to go for extra units. His gold income is so much faster compared to Valas's. Yeah, and that's just continue making the play for full skirmishers for the most part. Adding some light cavalry into the mix from time to time, but it's going to be for the most part just skirmishers. What good? Yeah, well, in the trickle of gold that we have for both players, DauT is favor, right? His is much better. And the castle finally crumbles from Valas. This is huge! If up until this point Valas has been unable to seal the deal against DauT, what are the chances he'll be able to finish this game when he's got no access to gold anymore with the Bohemians? I mean, what is gonna go for hazard reforms? Gold-free monks? I don't think so. Against skirmishers? Yeah, good luck with that. DauT's gold income right now is so much higher. Gold trickle right now is so much higher compared to Valas's, and yeah, from this point onwards, I don't see how Valas is able to seal the game when he's been unable to do so for such a long time. Monks are coming out now for DauT as well. Well, if he can get some of the who need to convert to as well, Valas won't be able to replenish those quite as much anymore, right? Yeah, and the gold is officially out, by the way. Looks like Arena. Feels like Black Forest. Tastes like epicness. Lost Furnace coming out now for Valas as well. I'm still convinced that Valas needed to add in something like cavalry when he had those 2 4 castles and rather just amongst some of our cannons, but this is an absolute insane hold by DauT. I agree. And so many things could have gone differently, right, in this game. If DauT had been a little bit more cautious about his like cavalry push, he probably would have been able to take full set of control a while ago. If Valas had added something other than just Humnita monks, he probably would have been able to seal the deal a while ago, but in the end, this is what we have right now left. DauT. On a higher population, kind of misleading because of the Fate areas, you gotta kind of subtract 40 from DauT's population to really see what the amount of units he's got is. But yeah, for military, that's looking a little bit stronger. The military value is higher for Valas. The Humnita are still much better for him though. Even though DauT's got some bombard cannons, the damage he is doing against the skirmishers from the bombard cannons is peanuts compared to the Humnita against the skirmishers from DauT. If he can wait long enough, he will chop enough space to farm properly. Yeah, that has been a little bit of an issue for DauT. He doesn't really have too much space over here, right? So he's got a much smaller food economy compared to Valas. Of course, once again, he does have the Fate area, so that helps. And he does have 64 skirmishers queued up, so I don't think that's necessarily going to be the bottleneck. It doesn't seem to be about economy. It's probably about production potential and about the fact that Valas has been getting insane trades for the most part of this game. because they need to be just so effective against the skirmishers. Damn, boy. You know, by the end of the second series, it was kind of looking like the stream was going to be about 5 hours for all 4 sets. But then we had a massive break between the second and the third sets, and then we had this absolute monstrosity of a game, which is inflating the stats so badly, and it seems like we are probably headed towards a 6+ hour stream, probably more like 7 hours. Let's convert to who needs to have ballistics. I don't think so. Ballistics, did DauT go for... No, it doesn't, by the way. Did DauT go for arquebus? I didn't notice. Let me take a look. I'm curious. He doesn't have arquebus. No, he didn't go for it. That'll be nasty though if he had arquebus for the bombard cannons. And he started to push Valas back. Man, I can't believe my eyes. DauT is actually looking like he's gonna take game number 2. Unbelievable. The resilience of the Bull player over here has been fantastic. Oh! Boy, how many skirmishes went down over there? Gee, can't even count with the low pixel count. Damn, that was a lot. It's gotta be careful. He should know better than to keep the skirmishers all clumped together. I just realized, does Valas have hazard reforms, trash monks? I don't think he's got hazard reforms. Trash monks, I don't know if they would be any good against full skirmisher army. Halberdier coming over from Valas. He's starting to get some momentum as well. Such back and forth. This might be it. I thought this might be it. 5 times already this game. I'm guessing he doesn't because I assume he'd be making some just to deal with DauT's bombard cannons. Yeah, it's a fair point. Interestingly enough, DauT actually needs to go for extra archer ranges if he wants to keep the production strong enough to remain competitive here. It's producing from only 8 archer ranges, which might seem like a lot, but in the heat of the battle, it's not quite as many as the units that go down actually. So that's a little bit of a problem, right? How would the guns work against Valas' army? It would work alright, I guess, in good numbers and scatter, but the Hobnita over here are still very, very strong. The skirmishers wouldn't do anything to the organ guns, but the Hobnita most definitely would. Now it's crumbling. Yeah, the chances for the Bull player are not looking the strongest right now anymore. The economy lead that he had some time ago is long gone. Pacheria play. It's not sufficing over here anymore. Even though the KD is looking a little bit better right now for DauT compared to what it looked like before, it's still favoring Valas significantly, and he's still getting better KD. Yeah, the relics get ejected right now from DauT, so that's going to have a real impact on his economy. It seems like we might be, yes, approaching the point of closure over here as DauT. That's finally, after a marathonic 1 hour and 20 minutes long arena game, call a GG in grants Valas game number 2. From this point onwards, no matter what happens, Valas has still pretty high chances of getting demoted. We noted before the series began that Valas needed a 3-0 series against DauT in order to have, good chances of getting out of the demotion area. And even if he were to win game number 3, he would only move out of the demotion area temporarily, as this is the last set, I believe, for Valas, and the other players from the 3rd to the 6th spot, they definitely still have plenty of opportunities to knock Valas right back down. Going for the achievements, we'll see for Military, better KD for Valas, not even close, 9-5. It was significantly higher earlier stages, so this is the Imperial Age, right? 27 minutes into the game. Let's actually go to about 40 minutes into the game and check this out. Check that KD for Valas. 1-1, close to 1-1 because he was relying on conversions, right? For the most part. Better than 2-1 conversion rates. 1 hour into the game. 3-1 KD ratio for Valas. Unbelievable. From that point, it kind of went down a little bit. Yeah, and in the end, we do have 93 conversions. Yes. And how many monks did Valas go for, actually? This game? Well, it doesn't say. Turns out that he did go for skirmishers more heavily than for monks. Anyway, let's go back. Welcome everyone then to game number 3, the last one in the series. Between DauT and Valas. DauT is up in the north. Valas is down the south. We're going to take a look at the civilizations. Give me just one moment. Sorry about that. Perfect. So, DauT playing with the Chinese. He's going to begin with 3 extra villagers. He's going to... Wait, what is this that I'm seeing? Valas is going up to the fuel age on 14 population. Damn! Yeah, it's just playing the humans. That makes a lot more sense. So yeah, DauT playing with the Chinese. He will begin with 3 extra villagers. He's going to have 200 less food and 50 less food at the beginning of the game because of that. However, on this map, it's not going to make much of a difference. He'll be able to keep the TC working at all times. Besides that, we'll also see for the Chinese 5 extra population support and 5 higher line of sight from DCs. In addition to 10, 15, and 20% cheaper upgrades in the field castle and Imperial Ages. For the team bonus, finally the Chinese will get extra food and farms for free, and you can see that already. While for Valas civilization, the Cumans will have access to a second TC in the Fuel Age. They'll be able to go for a second TC in the Fuel Age. They'll be able to go for siege workshops in the Fuel Age from where they can train battering rams. Taking advantage of the second TC right away is going to try to get ahead in economy, and DauT's just going to go for a standard fast castle. And on top of that, the Cumans will also have access to the Catram upgrade in the Castle Age. We'll see for Cumans that we have also a 75 with discount on stables and archer ranges. Finally, for the team bonus, they get extra HP. Yeah, they get extra HP on Palisade walls, right? That's something that he's going to take advantage of right now. It's all about the second TC and getting ahead in economy early on. Great. Great. DauT's going out to the Fuel Age. Very soon it's going to be off to the Castle Age. And until he gets there, it's going to be Valas the one to get ahead in working count by a lot. Second TC is already up, and Valas is able to keep it working for the most part. He's getting some idle TC time right now, but for the most part, he has done a good job of keeping both TCs good. How's Valas already in Feudal when the game is only 5 minutes in? That is the magic of Fortress. It's not going to be a standard start. You can take a look at this. The players will begin with significantly more resources. So you see, for instance, the DauT usually begins with 200 less food, right? And 50 less wood. But because you begin with extra resources over here, that is not going to have much of an impact. He can keep the TC going from very early on with the Chinese not getting any idle TC time. And Valas did it as well. He just goes for a few villages, focuses on food collection, and he's able to go out to the Fuel Age really quickly. You begin with extra villages as well. Like it's a completely different beast, right, compared to standard RM. Fortress is the map type, I believe it's Regicide that gives you the different settings at the beginning. But yeah, Regicide Fortress usually played as one and the same, most often than not. Go. I guess it's gonna be here very soon for DauT. He's gotta go, pretty much, for 4 TCs if he's ever hoping to catch up. It's going to come in at a pretty price though, obviously, with Valas starting to get ahead in work count since early on in the Fuel Age. He will get a much stronger economy much earlier compared to DauT, so DauT's gonna have to catch up in a smaller economy compared to Valas's. And by the time the red player gets to the Castle Age and goes for extra TCs, the key point for the humans is that he's gotta still be on a higher work count compared to DauT's. It does not work well if DauT gets to the Castle Age, goes for the extra TCs, and catches up in work count by the time Valas gets to the Castle Age. Obviously, Valas would have been able to collect some extra resources during the time that he was on a higher work account, but ideally, as a Cummins, you want to retain the villager lead, the worker lead, so that you have a stronger economy to potentially go up to the Imperial Age earlier, and that is a big part of the Cummins play. You want to use your economy to go up faster, to get a head start to it, and early Imp, right, late Castle, that's when the Cummins are usually going to strike. DauT, he's got the second TC on the way next to the wood. He's got the third TC on the way next to the wood and next to the goal as well. He is not going to be able to go for a 4 TC just yet, but he does have Bowsaw and Heavy Plow coming out, so that's going to help at the very least try and catch up against Valas. For the moment, we have a 17 worker lead for Valas, and he should be on his way to the Castle Age very soon. That space has nice aesthetic to it. Yeah. It's overall pretty uneventful, and it's going to remain so the case until we get probably to the Imperial Age, and once again, it's very important for Valas to try and be the first one to get there. Castle Age is on the way for the red player. That's going to reduce his villager production potential to only 1 TC. And because DauT's got 3 TCs right now, he's catching up. pretty quickly to Valas' worker count. By the time Valas does get to the castle age, DauT is going to close the gap over here further by about 9 workers, right? So it's going to be about 6 workers rather, sorry. So it's going to be about 3 villager lead or so for Valas. Not the best. He does need to go for a 3rd TC, or if he just goes for a castle and tries to make a play for full push over here, that could potentially work out as well. So far, Valas has gotten about, you know, 25, 26 minutes of extra gather economy time, but that's not going to be enough, in my opinion, to grant a full push against DauT. And if it were any other civilization, DauT would definitely not have been able to kind of keep up with the economy quite as nicely as it's been able to for the most part. So the gather economy time probably would have been significantly higher for Valas. But because the extra Chinese villagers, that's what we get. Isn't tower hopping possible when a gate is at a corner, or did they change that? Tower hopping? Are you talking about any specific towers over here, or just asking in general? Because I don't think we have a tower adjacent to the walls at all. They are all at the very least 1 tile away. If you're just asking out of curiosity, I actually do not know if they fixed that or not. With the gate specifically. Now with the king in the castle, I'm kind of dying to see him accidentally and garrison it into the battle fray with a suboptimal waypoint. That'll be a very DauT thing to do for sure. And this is also, fortunately for DauT, a very DauT thing to happen to him with the villager going down. By the way, guys, the idea is that at some point later this year, I upgrade my setup and I'm able to start locally recording at 4K, and I'm able to start uploading the stuff to YouTube, you know, in 4K. And one advantage that's going to have for the stream specifically is that I'm going to be able to zoom in without the picture quality going to crap. Because it's still going to be 1080p on Twitch, right? It's going to look the same detail with the zoom on and the zoom off. Yeah, and Valas is going out to the Imperial Age. I like that a lot better. That is what I think the Kumans should be playing for. A faster Imperial Age into a full push. It's got the Kipchaks coming in. He is going to go for trebuchets, right? After he goes up, and DauT. Let's get some Chikunus over here in the Castle Age. They are good, but against Imperial Age units, that's not going to get them very far anyway. Villagers from Valas going for a castle in the and you know, the center of the map, in the center. DauT is gonna have enough resources to go for a castle himself very soon. He did go for the 4th DC and has substantially surpassed Valas' work count. And is about to catch up in gather economy time, only 10 minutes behind compared to the over half an hour, close to half an hour from before. So DauT's economy is gonna be stronger, his late game is going to be better. Valas needs to take advantage of what is admittedly a very narrow window of opportunity now in the Imperial Age, which is why he went for the castle fort. It would be tragic if he had to wait for the trebuchets to go all the way from his base over to the front of DauT's base. So he's got a castle over here. Once he gets to the Imperial Age, we're gonna see, bow, trebuchet on the way as soon as he's got the resources. He's saving for it. Oh god. Save for it, my man. There we go. Trebuchet on the way. Right on the way now. Conscription. Town patrol. Oh no, this is town watch, sorry. Yeah. And the relics have started to come in. DauT's going for 1. Valas has collected 1 earlier. He's going for this one, so that's going to be 2-1 in favor of Valas. And then there's one on the right hand side. Seems like it's probably going to go in favor of Valas because of the castle from the red player, right? DauT might be able to collect this one, but might as well not be able to because we have the Kipchaks coming in already for Valas. A conscription just finished research. Not the best unit control for the red player. DauT's already getting to a scary amount of Chikunus over here, and DauT's on his way to the Imperial Age. This is it! Valas needs to strike now, and he needs to come in and start doing damage. If he cannot maybe snipe the monk from, or the monk, I mean the king from DauT. If he cannot come in, start taking the TCs down right away. Take advantage of chemistry and go for all the upgrades he can for the Kip check. Then the Imperial Age hit start the Valas has gotten won't really be of any good. This is the point. This is where Valas should be doing damage, and he's trying for dear life. He's got 1 minute and 40 seconds before DauT gets to the Imperial Age himself. He's trying to breach through. Come in. Let's check. It's not enough damage though. It's nowhere near enough damage. Oh, the bombard! What am I talking about? The magnet shots, not even onager. Damn, boy, that was a good one. Let's actually go back and relive it in full glory over here in slow motion. Here come the Chicanews from DauT. As we go down to 0.5 playback speed, we see the BAM! Big shot! From Valas onto the Chicanews, and that is just going to take the countdown for DauT. Bullet time over there to less than half the Chicanews he had at the very beginning, and this is the kind of damage that Valas needs to get away with, right? So he's got the Trebuchets already. He's coming forward. He's going to try and go after the castle. He's going to try and go after the TCs, but it's closing in once again. The window of opportunity is shutting slowly for Valas. Doesn't really have too much time left about that to take advantage of that. He was made a video about the tower hopping, but it's 2 years old. I know what the tower hopping mechanic is. I thought that they had fixed it, but I because you talked about gates specifically, I am not really sure. Because I know that they should have fixed it for 2 connecting corner pieces, right? But if it's a connecting corner piece and then a gate, I'm actually not really sure. And since the video is 2 years old, it might not be completely, well, current, obviously. So I'm not really sure. You're gonna have to let me know. We have onagers now for Valas as well. DauT's going to lose the castle. He's got conscription on the way. This could be really good. If Valas is very, very cunning over here, he could bring the Trebuchets over to the south, take the castle down over here, just take it down, right? Then bring the Trebuchets down the south and try to play for the King Snipe. He doesn't really have too many units though, only 11 Kip checks, only 6 of which are forward. Okay, let's bring in extra units in. If he can just keep the Kip check alive, the Kip check alive for long enough for the castle to get low enough HP to eject the king, that could be really good. But it seems like he's gonna go for a more systematic kind of push instead, where he's going for 1 building at a time. DauT. Now doesn't really have anything to fight the onagers off with. Chicanews. Well, the Chicanews could technically take the onagers down, but it's going to require some nasty unit control, and we'll see if DauT can pull it off. Right now, it doesn't really have an area around this base where he'll be able to maneuver his, or he'll be able to dance around with his Chicanews too much. TCs are going down for DauT. It's not looking the best for the GL player. A lot of villages are going down now to the onagers, to the Kipchaks. And my lord, it's the bull player struggling big time here. Well, yesterday's series round out looked a lot better. This one today is not looking the best. He's trying to get the onagers down. Might be able to, yes. He's getting all the onagers down, so now he doesn't need to worry about that as much with the Chicanews, and he can start putting some pressure himself, right? He's gonna go after the castle. And Valas has managed to pull himself ahead in work account though. He's managed to get a lead for himself now again. There's 4 trebs. Yeah, but the trebs are not gonna take the Chicanews. That was the problem. That could not make use of his army while the onagers were around. So he took the onagers down, and he can use the Chicanews to go forward with the trebuchets to be more aggressive. But now we have 4 onagers coming up. You cut 1 head off and 2 grow in its place as Valas, the Hydra, is coming over with an even stronger push than before. I'm pretty sure that he had 5 onagers. Not really sure what the 5th one is, but yeah, now DauT will. Come on, man. He cannot be too happy about this. He's not gone for his own onagers. Oh, dude, careful there. He almost takes half his own army down. Just will take the castle. If we didn't have the onagers, then he would be able to go for a push. Let's see. Nice shots from Valas. Castle crumbles over here. DauT manages to get, though, some of the onagers down over here. Good unit control for him. But he does end up losing the castle anyway. And once again, if Valas can play for the King Snipe, he actually does have a pretty decent chance right now, as he was able to reduce the Chickenu count for DauT significantly. Now the Bull players got only 6 Chickenus, 5 Chickenus. The trebuchets are going down to the onagers as well. Well done. Yes, sir. And he's going after the castle. He's going after the castle. He's got enough give checks over here to go and snipe the king, but he's got to realize about the possibility first. DauT knows about the king. He's going to pull it out. If Valas had just sent the give check, forward, he probably would have been able to snipe the king already. Yeah, now the king is, you know, under asylum, we can call it. And a neighboring TC has gone down in military count significantly, and the worker count for Valas is still higher. We take a look at the gather economy time over here, and it's looking higher for Valas. DauT almost caught up at one point, but it was not possible. The only way for DauT to take the game from this point onwards will be a sneak into the tower over here and taking the king down, right? However, I do not think that DauT actually knows where the king is from Valas. Yeah, he's got no idea. So just continue, is going to continue slowly but surely crumbling, and another big set of shots. As DauT calls it GG, Valas will then take the series with a final score of 2-1 against DauT. Let's go through the achievements then one more time before hopping over to the final set, hopefully. Better KD for Valas, better than 7-2. Economy, stronger economy for Valas as well, collecting about 1,700 extra resources. Society, we have a higher villager max count for Valas too. And overall, yeah, good game, well played. Valas was able to take full advantage of the Cumans. He was able to open and keep the window of opportunity open for longer in the Imperial Age as well. He took full advantage of a civilization. Extremely well done. Gets game number 3, and DauT, well, DauT's still going to remain in second place. But Valas is going to go up, I believe, by 1 spot, but still not looking the best. So let's actually go back and take a look. Alright, so let's refresh. That was for Group A. DauT had played 3 sets up until this point. And with this one, he goes up to 7 points. He's got 1 more set left to go. But he's 7 points and he is second spot still. Valas, by taking both these games over here, moves above Winchester. And he's got a final score of 6 points with 2 wins, 3 losses for sets. But because he lost his series against Running, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, actually he won versus Running. It turns out that he goes up to the 3rd spot and he knocks Running in Winchester down to the 4th and 5th places, right? So it's going to be 6 points for him, knocking Running down to the 4th spot, knocking Winchester down to the 5th spot, but of course Winchester is going to have one more series to play, right? And he's gonna need just one measly win to knock Valas back down. And Nico's got 3 series to play. He's gonna need to get 4 points in those 3 series to knock Valas back down. Let's actually refresh. I think this got updated already. Yeah, there we go, right? So that's going to remain second. Valas finishes the series with 6 points in 3rd place right now. Not close. Winchester and Nikov still have plenty of opportunities to knock Valas